Nicholas Kozlovich says he will not rest until he gets answers from child protection authorities following his 2-year-old daughter's death last week. Questions have been raised about a Department of Health and Human Services case on Nikki Frances Kozlovich, which was closed 5 weeks before the toddler was found dead in her Oram House home on August 25th.
If I can stop another person from, or another man, another woman, another dad, another mum from going through what I have to go through, then let's do that. I'd like to see some answers first. I've got a lot of questions and I don't seem to have too many answers given to me, and I'll hold myself accountable for my actions and my part and my roles, and I'd like everybody who had a position or had a part to be accountable, to be held accountable, whoever it is. I think if the process wasn't the way it is, then yeah, I wouldn't have lost my little girl, that's for sure.
Save Mildura Base Hospital Chair Joe Clutterbuck has slammed the salary of hospital operator Ramsay Health's Chief Executive Chris Rex, who had a realised pay of $30.8 million in the financial year ending 2014. Realised pay takes into account fixed pay as well as income from long-term incentive schemes including company shares.
Absolutely appalling for a CEO to have a salary package like that, particularly when you consider the cuts to the health budget across the nation.
Environmentalists will be out in full force next week as Sacred Heart Primary School students take the fight for nature to their peers as part of National Kids Teaching Kids Week. Students will run activities and present their fellow classmates with facts about environmental issues, including biodiversity, endangered animals, recycling and preserving the Great Barrier Reef. Students at Mildura South Primary School did some last-minute Father's Day shopping today with stalls full of gifts and gadgets to surprise Dad with on Sunday. With a handful of pocket money, preps to Year 6 carefully selected the perfect present for their dad at their annual stall run by the Parents Club, with money raised going back into the school. Mildura's Mitch Rogerson and league-leading goal kicker Jason Eagle of Arimpool are both strong chances to claim Tuesday night's McLeod medal as the SFNL Best and Fairest. Rogerson had a barnstorming start to the year which will work in his favour, while Eagle kicked more than 100 goals for the season at an average of 6 per game to be a standout. Mildura ruckman Craig Beggs and Merbeen maestro Ben Dusha are also tipped to poll highly. To sport, Imperials are favourite to secure a Sunraysia Football League Grand Final spot when they meet Mildura in the second semi-final tomorrow at Merbeen's Kenny Park. The two sides faced off last weekend, with Imperials claiming a 21-point win and the minor premiership. Mildura have recalled key trio Ash Spencer, Chris Morrell and Ben Camilleri for the encounter, while Bendigo Pioneers youngster Jaden Fox will line up for Imperials. Redcliffs will go into Sunday's Crunch Elimination semi-final against Arimpool at Merbeen without John Jackson. The midfielder was banned for life this week after his career suspensions exceeded the 16-match limit. The Tigers have won 2 out of 3 encounters with the Swallows so far this season, but the loss of Jackson is expected to hurt their chances. Both teams will welcome back a host of senior players to their lineups, with Sunday's winner to play the loser of the Mildura and Imperials match in the preliminary final on September 12. To the weather, Mildura can expect a minimum of 4 degrees tomorrow before a maximum of 18. For these stories and more, pick up tomorrow's issue of Sunraysia Daily. I'm Sarah Harmon. Join me next week for the latest news from across the region.